All right, hello everybody. This is just going to be Warnings and Revelations, part 11. But it's going to be a short one. It's going to have to do with some of the personal stuff I went over in a couple of them about child support stuff and the problems I'm having. Went to the court yesterday, try and get some answers and find out what I have to do to get all this crap put behind me and just be able to go on with my life. So, anyhow, to recap the story, my son turned 18 in June, graduated in May of this year, 2019, and under the Arizona law, as long as those things are fulfilled, unless it was stipulated for some reason that you should pay longer, your child support's supposed to end. There was no stipulation in my order that my child support would have to go on any longer. My son turned 18. He graduated. He turned 18. The order to withhold that you give companies to withhold and send child support payments to your state and everything, even though I'm self-employed, the company I'm contracted to was doing that for me. And so, the first week of August, they looked at that and they said, "Oh, this should have stopped at the end of June." So they stopped it then, first week of August. So actually 5 payments of $139 more were made. 5 or 6. I'd have to look at, yeah, it should be. Because July had what? Yeah, it might have been 6. But it was at least 5 weeks. So that should have been it. It should be a done deal, done story. Nope. It's not done deal, done story. For one, my ex, leading up to when she knew child support was going to stop, was supposed to give me a notarized piece of paper like she had done before, saying that I hadn't missed any payments because even when I didn't get a check or anything like that, she got paid. She either got paid personal check, money orders, Western Union. I have a bag full of receipts of all the money and checks to which she was sent. I've lived up to my obligation. I've taken care of my son, and then have had to endure him being used as a hostage to give her even more money, even after she's been paid her child support. Oh, she can't make. She go out and get a new car, roll over what she owed on the old car into the loan on the new car. Couldn't make the payments. Would even go out and get title loans and all this crap. Oh, they're gonna repossess my car today if I don't pay it right now, right today. I need $500. Blah blah blah, whatever. Oh, I need $1,000 to pay my rent, whatever. And even though she did all this stuff when she had breast cancer and was going through chemotherapy and wasn't working, I paid her bills. When I was out of work for 8 months because I tore my rotator cuff and when I was collecting workman's compensation, she still got paid. Even though I had avenues, if I had the means and the knowledge to do so, the state ain't no help ain't ever going to tell you anything. And even if they do, you're going to have to jump through so many hoops to get it done. It's like, why bother? And then in my case, even if I went through the motions to say, hey, I can't afford to pay right now on this and that and everything, you're paying court costs and all this shit. And then she's going to come back and tell me she's going to be thrown out in the street and this, and I'm going to have to pay anyway to keep my kid from being thrown out in the street. So even though I suffered through all of that crap, making sure my son was taken care of and provided for, which most of the money was going for her for bullshit, taking trips, buying new cars, buying this and that, buying wine, all this kind of crap. And then when I would give my son, because he's a good kid and was doing good, or I'd buy him a computer or give him some money or whatever, she'd take the money, he'd call me crying. Or she'd call me bitching that I spent money on my son. Why are you buying him that? This thing. You know why? She was upset because she wanted the money. When I moved into this place, you can see part of this little table and chairs here from $99 store. I had this, and I had a bed from the $99 store. And after several months of living here with no furniture, no nothing, and not knowing if I was going to stay here or what I was going to do or whatever, I decided, I'm going to stay a while. So I went out and bought some furniture. She called me. You bought furniture, blah, blah. I could have used the money. Are you kidding me? I can't even have furniture? You're getting your child. What do you mean? What? I was dumbfounded. I was like, what? I'm telling you, it's been hell. And I'm telling you, it's been mental abuse, and it's been taking a toll on my physical health. I can tell you the stress levels and everything. Going down to this court yesterday and not getting any answers, no one helping me. When they did say they were going to give me some help, first I signed this little piece of paper saying that I waived any legal recourse against them if they gave me bad advice or some shit, whatever the hell it was. All I got was a bunch of forms and a bunch of bullshit. So I'm going to show you part of that bullshit right now. And this is in Pinell County, Arizona, USA. You think you're free, America? You think things, and I know some of these people down there are just doing their jobs the way they got to do them and stuff. But they're not lifting a finger, not one single finger, to find out the truth. So I'm gonna show you part of that right now. And I'm gonna show you right here. This is their own form, and I read this to the woman at child support. All right. If your income withholding order was issued after that date, there may be an automatic stop payment date on the order. If there is, and that date is correct, you do need not to file anything to stop the order. Though you may want to make sure the payroll department of whomever has been making payments is aware of the termination date, so that they stop taking your money out. Okay? So, like I said, they stopped in August. They could have stopped at the end of June. All right, now, right above that it says, if money is still owed but amount should be changed, refer to the packets, modify the income withholding order or modify the support order to determine if they apply to your situation. Right above that, do not use forms in this packet if any money is still owed under current or past due child support, spousal maintenance, alimony, blah, blah, blah. All right, so, because she did not tell them before June, the end of June, that I was caught up like she was supposed to and supposed to give me something else notarized, they were showing me $600 behind in my child support. And like I said, there's the envelope. Tons of receipts. She got paid. And every time leading up to that, when she would come by and ask for more money or call me and ask me to send her money when I was on the road, I would say, when I come home or when I see you, I want another notarized letter, because when it comes time for child support to end, I want to be able to show them that I do not owe you a dime. Okay, I'll do that. She never did that. Why? Because she knew this shit. So she could put the screws to me a little more, even though as much help as I gave her. So this is the kind of woman you're dealing with. And so now, even though that, all she had to do was go to the court, sign a document, notarize, court's clerk that she doesn't object to the stop of child support, which according to this, it stops automatically. Why they're saying that, I have no idea. So, anyhow, so I asked the lady, I said, well, this says if I'm in arrears, I can't use this form here, that I have to use this other form. She's like, oh no, you use this form. Okay, so here's this form here. All right. And at the bottom of it says, I swear or affirm the information on this document is true and correct under penalty of perjury. And up here you check the box that all past child support has been paid. Now it has been paid, but according to them it hasn't. That I owed them $600, and because I owed them $600, they're trying to tell me that they still had a right to not stop the withholding order. I'm sorry, if I owed $600, why, if I ever owed her a dime, why in 12 years have I never been contacted by child support saying I owe or I'm behind? I said, show me where she made complaints to you that she wasn't getting paid. Show me. Didn't have that. I said, pick up the phone and call her and ask her if I owe her any money. Oh, we can't do that. She has to. You have to do this and everything, and it has to go before the judge, and all this crap. So, even though I met my obligations, met all my obligations, paid my child support, helped her out when I shouldn't have, but because she had my son, and I wasn't going to let anything happen to my son, I gave her extra money. And she knows that. She knows I will not let my son go without. So here, all right, I file this. This is like a catch-20. This is like entrapment. I file this paper, and if they don't look at it and say, look at all the evidence, like I'm going to show them. They said I could attach a statement and like the receipts or whatever showing that I've been paying her. If the judge don't look at that, if he just looks at and well, the child support says he's $600 behind, and here he just signed this saying he's not behind, are they going to go after me for perjury? Am I going to have a felony? What the hell? Somebody tell me. Why is this set up this way? Why isn't it set up to put her in the position to commit perjury? I've paid. Why don't they compel her by law that before I have to go through all this, they have to ask her if she's been paid. And she has to fill it out, yes or no, under penalty of perjury. Why? Why can't it be that way? Why is this on me? So, I don't want to show any of her personal information or anything like that because God knows I'll get in some kind of trouble for that. But anyway, quick glance. Here's all these forms. Shit, I got to fill out. Then there's envelopes and stamps there and everything because I got to file with the court and I got to mail shit to her. I got to mail shit to myself, and then probably got to mail out some of these things say you got to mail to the state's attorney or attorney general's office or something like that. So, you know, I'm totally fed up. Just so totally fed up, it isn't funny. And to get a lawyer to take it and look at it with no guarantees, starting out as $3,700, and that's even these lawyers who say their father's rights in this. Really, if there's so many lawyers in the state that are for father's rights, why don't you get the legislation changed, get the laws changed, and make it to where these people can't do this shit at all? Now, I know that, like, the girl I was talking to down there and stuff, and I kept pointing this out to her. I said, right here, on your own paper, or not that one, the other one, on your own paper, automatic stop. How can you be showing me in arrears from June to now? Because, like I said, it said six. I asked her, I said, what's it showing now? It's showing $1,500 now. So because this shit wasn't filed, even though according to their own print, bold print, it didn't need to be filed to stop taking the child support. They're still adding up as missed payments. Even though my child support under the law is supposed to stop in June. They're still adding to the total. So what do? Do I pay this and then file this so that they can't say I'm committing perjury? What the fuck? Sorry, YouTube, but I think that's a well-placed what the, and you shouldn't bleep it, or shouldn't stop whatever you do. Anyhow, you know, I just don't get it. You know, I told the girl on the phone there, I said, well, you still have to file. I said, I'm not understanding that. Your own paperwork that was just given to me by the clerks at the court says my child support was supposed to stop automatically. Now, if you say I owed her $600, why didn't I ever get anything? Nothing. Nothing from the court. Nothing from child support. No notice, no nothing, anything. Show me a complaint that she made with you. And then it's like, well, that would be personal information. That would be, can't divulge that. Everything. Really? Call her. Can you do that? Can you just, no. If she has to sign the paper and notarize, well, she's not going to do that. She's a vindictive, whatever, and she wants, she wanted the divorce. She wanted out of my life. She hey, she wasn't happy no more. All this other crap, and then find out, she's shacking up with her boss. But besides the point, she wanted out. She got her divorce. Okay, here, you can be totally free. Sign the friggin' paper, and we're done with it. Never have to have contact with me again. And since, my son's birthday and everything like that, like this I haven't been paying, but I've sent him over $2,000 since June towards, he's going to go to community college, and, he needs to spend the money and this and that. And I know full well, some of that bled through to her because she's, and I've told him he needs to go get his own bank account because she's got him on a savings account where she can go in and take money. And there's been times in the past when I've given him money, or he saved his own money from working and he was going to use for something, and he went to use it and it was gone because she took it to pay bills. Well, you know what? If you quit wasting money and shit, you'd be able to pay your bills. But no, instead you go out and do stupid shit like get title loans on your cars or go and get a new car when you can't afford a new car, and then you even roll over the balance of the old loan on that car. You can't do that. You're buying wine. I've seen it in pictures from, when my son's taking a picture or whatever, and they've been part of the apartment, like when he was getting ready to go to graduation and stuff, and he was showing his gown and cap. There's a wine storage thing there, a bunch of wine bottles in it behind him. And, so you got for that. The one time after she'd borrowed money and stuff. Something about their cable, but she find out they're paying $160 a month for cable and stuff. It's like, really? I don't have cable. You're borrowing money off of me? I don't even have a car. One, not being home all the time and stuff. I'm not going to go out and buy a new car and pay insurance on for something that's going to sit here for 8 weeks at a time and get used 2 days and then sit another 8 weeks. But that's besides the point. With paying her child support and all the extra money and stuff and everything, I couldn't afford a car. Now, get this crap behind me. I can do all kinds of things. Be done with her, be done with the child support. If I want to help my son, I can help my son. If I want to, take time off, God forbid, I should stop working. That's another thing. Having to constantly work because of her. She wanted out of my life, didn't want nothing to do with me, threw me away like a bag of fucking garbage after 18 years. Threw our marriage away. And then, lo and behold, every time she needed help, on the phone crying, no one will help me. But where's the asshole you left me for? Where is he? What the hell are you coming to me for? In all those years, 12 years of this shit and everything. Then when my son graduates, well, so-and-so's going to be there. What? Really? Why? Where's he been you've been getting money off me all these years and you're still having something to do with this asshole? What kind of parents raise a scumbag like that? Like in one of my last videos, I said he You know, after I confront him and says, well, what are you mad about? Mad at me for? What do you mean? What planet are you from? What do you mean? What am I mad at you for? Who am I supposed to be mad? I'd be mad at the woman. Really? I told her. I said, this is what you call a man. You're going after this piece of garbage, throwing you under the bus at the first chance he gets to save his own ass? Who raises a scumbag like that? Tell me. You must have scumbag parents too, to raise them that way. And then to have a relationship or whatever with all these years and not help her. This is my life, folks. This is what I'm dealing with now, and I'm telling you, I can't wait to get it done and behind me, because it'll just be like a total, black cloud depression lifted off of me. And I'm telling you, the anxiety, the stress, everything, the depression, because of all this stuff, I wonder if I can sue her for this shit. No, only women can sue for stuff like that. Men can't. But it's just outrageous. And I tried to get a straight answer from that girl at the court. Look here, your paperwork says this. No, you still have to file. You still should have filed. No, not according to your paperwork. Well, it shows you're behind. I'm not behind. Why don't you ask her? Why don't you put the burden on her? Put her under threat of a penalty of perjury. Why is it on me? I'm not a criminal. I've bent over backwards to take care of my kid, and then helped her despite all of her shit. Throws away our marriage after 18 years. All this and all the treatment, all the bullshit she put me through when the divorce was first filed, and all that crap and everything. The things she did to make everything worse, and to just cause me more heartache and pain and everything, and the things she did, that caused my son emotional pain and stuff and everything. All that crap still helped her. And she won't go sign a paper saying that she's been paid. So I have to do all this crap and go through more stress. So anyway, there's a stack of, got all these forms, order to stop withholding, one to request a judge to set a hearing date and all this. And that's another thing. Oh, they set a hearing? Well, guess what? They set a hearing and I don't make it back. Guess what? She wins no matter what, or she files for something. The fruitcake at the court. Why are they all standing behind glass and shit? What do they got to hide? Anyway, it was like going into a Fort Knox bank or some crap. But anyway, he tells me, well, it could be, there could be things that are ordered to where, you'll have to pay for other reasons to keep going on, paying her for something. And I'm like, that'd be a cold day in hell. You're out of your freaking mind. That shit ain't happening, but wouldn't put it past her. Finding some kind of crap out from somebody that, hey, you can do this to them, and me be tied up with legal shit for years. But I'm telling you, that's not going to happen. But I'll tell you all something out there. Whether you're Muslim or not, but especially if you're Muslim, no matter all this kind of stuff, because if you get put through this stuff for whatever reason, but if it's also tied because you chose Islam, and people are doing things to you just because you declare your Lord is one Lord, your Lord is Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet, you can take solace. No matter what they put you through on this earth is not going to be anything compared to what Allah does to them in the next life. You understand? So even though this is driving me to where, I'm on the verge of having an aneurysm or a stroke or whatever, and the anger is just, I'm going to go through their steps, do what I'm supposed to do, and see how it goes. But I know no matter how it goes, that I don't have to do anything to try and make people pay in this life. Because on Judgment Day, there's no place to hide. There's no place to hide for all these legalese type peoples and shit who set entrapments for your soul and make your life hard. And especially if they're doing it because you declare, you believe in Islam, that you're a Muslim. So I want you to know that if you're a believer out there. On Judgment Day, nobody gets away with anything. No matter how much they might be saying, oh, Jesus is going to answer for it. Jack. Guess what? He ain't going to answer for your corruption and the pain you cause people and your lies and all your stuff. He ain't answering for that. For what you do to men's families and allow people to get away with. He ain't answering for that. You judges, you lawyers, you legislatures, all you types of people who do this kind of stuff, instead of doing what's right and asking for the truth, you're going to answer. You will answer on Judgment Day. You look to penalize people in this life. I don't look to penalize people in this life. I know my Lord will penalize them in the afterlife, no matter what happens to me in this life. Yeah, I'll defend myself. But as far as being vindictive, trying to go after somebody, I don't need to do that. Nobody out there, once you hear me, you don't need to do that. If you have to defend yourself, defend your family, people are coming after you because you're Muslim and threatening you harm, you can defend yourself and everything. But or you can take legal actions and things like that. But as far as being vindictive, you don't need that. No one will get away with anything. So I want to tell people that, because like I've told on other videos, that when you come to Islam, even members of your own family might turn against you out there. And there'll be people who will do things to make your life hard just for spite. So even though I'm going through all this, I'm trying to find a ray of sunshine of some advice I can give to people out there. And this is the advice I'm giving to you. In the end, it'll be like water off a duck's back. It might be tough now, but if the Quran says the best payback, or what's the word? How to put it? The best vengeance is making it to paradise. Do you understand that? That is the supreme vengeance, is making it to paradise. Because no matter what they've done to you in this life, when you make it to paradise, you won't even remember this life, and your reward is going to be so great that you can't even imagine, and you're going to look down upon those who are in hell that did things to you, and you'll be able to laugh and say, hey, who's crying now? Your Lord does not miss anything. He takes note of everything. And no matter what you're going through, know this. You do not have to go ballistic. You do not have to go postal. You don't have to do things like that. You understand? You don't have to resort to violence. If somebody is physically threatening you and you have to defend yourself, then you got to do what you got to do. But all this other stuff, you do not have to resort to violence and looking for vengeance and all these other things. You're gonna be angry about stuff people are putting you through and all this other stuff. I'm telling you, it'll be like water off a duck's back. Do not let them push you into doing something stupid to where they can hurt you even more. Do you understand me? Or hurt your family even more, or break your family up. You understand? Because in the end, Allah will repay. And He will repay like nobody can repay. You understand that? So that's the message I want to give you out there. Even if you're not Muslim, don't let them push you into. You see it on these programs on Dateline all the time and everything. The wife goes missing, or the ex-wife goes missing, and all that and everything, and the focus on the husband, the ex-husband, or the business partner, or whoever, or whatever. I'm not justifying it, but now I know why some of that could happen. The courts and what people can do to you just to make your life hell. I can see the point where, you know what, a shotgun and a box of shells is a lot cheaper than this and all this aggravation. I can understand that, but I'm telling you, that's not the way out. That is not the way out. Take a deep breath, go for a walk, clear your head, and understand, and pray to your Lord for guidance. That in the end, they're not getting away with squat. You don't have to take vengeance for stuff like this in this life. In the court of Allah, there's no lying. You're not gonna fool Him. Everyone will answer. So remember that. Because like I said, the devil's out there, and he'll use family, he'll use whatever he can, especially if you accept Islam. Like Jesus, peace be upon him, says in the Gospel of Barnabas, when you repent of your ways of this world, you're rejecting Satan, and he can't stand that. And he's going to come after you. So you need to pray to Allah and come to Islam and receive Allah's protection and guidance and understanding. Okay, I wish you all the best out there. And remember, there's no greater thing you can say than Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. May peace be upon all His prophets and believers and their families. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His prophet. May peace be upon him and his family and followers, and peace to all you out there. I hope whatever struggles you're having, you achieve victory and are vindicated. And like this here, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, he's probably one of them deadbeats, or the courts might be. Well, the courts can't be, because even them in 12 years, if they're showing me 600 behind, which I'm not, there ain't no way you can classify me as a deadbeat dad. So, but I'm telling you right now, before God and before everybody, everything I've told you about this stuff is true. I have paid and paid and paid and paid and dealt with all kinds of crap, lies, and vindictiveness on her part, and just I want it over and done with, and to be able to go on in my life and do things for myself and for my son. So anyhow, wish you all the best out there. Remember, no greater thing you can say than Allah Akbar. Remember that. Don't let them make you feel bad for saying it, because they'll try that too. You'll hear all kinds of stuff when you convert, or actually it's revert, because you go back to the truth. Because before somebody drummed it into your head that God had a son, or that God was a man, you just knew God was God up in heaven. It's when they put all that dogma in your head where you converted to untruth. Now you come back to Islam and knowing that God is one and He's whole, and everything else, even Jesus, was created by Him. You go back to the truth. So it's like not converting, it's reverting back to what you knew before they got in your head. So remember that. All right. Peace to y'all out there. Wish you the best, and I'm gonna try and get all this done. Today's Friday. I was hoping to have it done yesterday so I could go back on the road and make some money. That's another thing that's all costing me money. If the wheels ain't turning, I ain't earning. So got to fill all this stuff out, make copies. Got to try and download some stuff off the computer from the court and all this. And once I get all this done, I get to go back down there and pay some fees and file it and all that. And who knows, during this process, I might just go find a lawyer and shell them out to $3,700 and say, you deal with it. But you know, then you're trusting the lawyer not to drag it out and drag it. Well, I need more money to file this and that, well, you know, and end up in court for years. The legalese system we live in. I know there's a lot of good parts of it. There's also a lot of bad parts of it to where the truth doesn't matter and people won't answer questions, because if they answered a question, then they'd be giving up part of their, you know, fight against you or whatever, you know. And you can even see that watching the news where they ask a politician or a lawyer or something about a case or something. Well, we're not going to answer that right now. Why? Why won't they answer it? Because if they answered it and they answered it truthfully, they might lose whatever argument they have, or they might be proved to show that the other side was right. So anyhow, I'll leave it at that. I wish you all the best out there. Be safe if you're out there on the road. Good luck to y'all. Adios.